Hi, this is Mr. Hammer. Today we're going to be talking about the coordinate plane, otherwise known as the coordinate grid. Coordinates mean identifying a certain point in a certain place. We use coordinates to identify where we're standing. GPS satellites identify where we are constantly as we're moving based on coordinates. 2 points in space that will tell you exactly where you are on the Earth at any given moment. The coordinate plane or the coordinate grid works exactly the same way. We start with these two lines here. Notice these two lines have arrows on them. That means they go on forever. Now this is just one quadrant of the coordinate plane. There are quadrants here, here, and here, but we're not going to be talking about those today. So very simply, we start over here at a place called the origin. And that origin has coordinates of 0, 0. What do those coordinates mean? Well, first of all, we have to identify this axis here, which is called our x-axis. So any number on the horizontal is called the x-axis. Any number here on our vertical would be on the y-axis. When you have a particular coordinate, the first term in that coordinate is based on the x-axis, and the second term is based on the y-axis. And I'm going to go ahead and label my x and y-axes as follows, with little tick marks to know where I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. On the vertical, I will do exactly the same thing. Let's start with this point here. We know that this coordinate is going to have an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. And to find the value of the x-coordinate, we simply look over and say, where does this point match up onto the x-axis? And since it hits 5, the x-coordinate will be 5 for that point. Also on the y-coordinate, it hits the 5, so this point has coordinates of 5, 5. What about this one here? Well, this one, if we go down, it hits the 1 on the x, so 1 would be the x-coordinate. And up here, we haven't labeled it yet, it hits the 7 on the y-coordinate. That's basically it for mapping on the coordinate plane or the coordinate grid. Your first term is the x-coordinate, your second term is the y-coordinate. The other thing we can do is I can give you a point and ask you to map it on the coordinate grid. So for example, if I have 3, 6, I could say, where is that located here? So what we would do is we would go over 1, 2, 3, because this is my x-coordinate, and then I would go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have found 3, 6. With this information, you can graph any point all the way towards infinity and locate a specific point. Or if you're given a specific coordinate, you can find out where it goes anywhere on the coordinate grid.